By Leanne Italie, Associated Press, New York. A raging pandemic, tumultuous presidential election and deadly Capitol insurrection have combined to make the annual tradition of dry January more moist than airtight for some. Not Sarah Arvizo. She considers it her easiest yet. As much as the 32-year-old Manhattanite would love to partake in a little vinopeutics, she said the abstinence period she's participated in for several years has been made smoother this time around by her at-home pandemic life and the closing of bars and restaurants. Longing for those days, for sure, said the social drinker who lives alone. But unless I want to freeze outside, that's largely off the table this year. 8-year-old dry January, which comes at the height of resolution season after the holidays, has brought on the desired benefits for many among the millions participating around the world. They're losing quarantine weight, experiencing more clarity and sleeping easier. Others with lockdown time on their hands and round-the-clock access to TV news and the home liquor cabinet are struggling to meet the challenge. Some who have already cheated hoisted a glass on Inauguration Day, dry January's surreal New Year's Eve. Sue Cornick, 52, in Los Angeles, wanted to experience dry January after her consumption of alcohol rose from 3 or 4 days a week to 5 or 6. But she knew pulling the plug wouldn't work before a celebratory Inauguration Day, so it's dry February for her. Full disclosure, my dry February will be more like almost dry. I'll definitely have a cheat day here and there. Just no daily habit, she said. Others are holding steadfast but said the horrid year that was and the chaotic events of January have made it far more difficult. The odds aren't in their favor. Studies over the years have shown that a small percentage of New Year's resolutions overall are actually achieved. Peta Grafham, a 61-year-old retired IT specialist in Tryon, North Carolina, signed on to dry January after watching her alcohol intake creep up during the pandemic and months of political and racial turmoil. I'm a social creature and isolating has been difficult. I found that I would open a bottle of wine and watch TV, usually CNN, and could knock back a bottle in less than 2 hours. Then I would move on to the Grand Marnier, said Grafham, who lives with her husband. I announced to my friends and family that I was doing a dry January, so my pride is what's keeping me sober. She hasn't had a drop since December 31st. Her spouse didn't join, but she said he's an efficient nurser of bourbon or vodka and has supported her effort. I seemed incapable of limiting myself to just one glass, Grafham said. According to a recent survey from the American Psychological Association, 78% of adults report the COVID-19 pandemic has been a significant source of stress, and 65% said the amount of uncertainty in the world is causing strain.